as I can make it. I know every time I strive to be quick, sometimes it don't really work out, but we're gonna try to make quick. In our metaphysical study group, by the way, I do have a metaphysical studies group where we have classes every Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock p.m. Super dope class. Right now we're studying a book entitled Heal Thyself, a textbook of divine healing. And we're in lesson number 8. Lesson number 8 talked about the significance of relaxation, and it talked about the levels of relaxation that is necessary in order for you to establish healing. And healing is a threefold type process. It's, as I say, it's spirit, emotions, mind, body. As the book articulated, it is body, spirit, and soul. But nonetheless, lesson 8 was relaxation, and then lesson 9 was food. And in this chapter, it was interesting because it talked about food as a threefold thing. So food is not just this physical food that we are used to, but food is also the mental food, which is our ideas and thoughts, and the things we find ourselves attached to is what we feed ourselves with. These thoughts, these things, these ideas, of course, all of this is what it mentioned as food. And it also mentioned food as your substance, which we know food is our substance. It's what, when we indulge in that substance, it's going to either feed life, it's going to give us life, or it's going to create dis-ease or sickness. So in that lesson, it mentioned ideas, thoughts, and things as substance. Ideas, thoughts, and things as substance. And it says, in your choice of what food you're going to indulge in or what substance you're going to put in your body, you have a choice whether to indulge in, hold on for a second, sorry y'all, I am walking, so I'm running into construction, all type of stuff. Damn, it was like 5 brothers staring right in my face. But nonetheless, you choose whether you're going to put good food in or you're going to indulge in food that's not so great. And so when it comes to ideas is described in the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary as expressions of mind. So that implies the ideas you have, I'm going uphill, the ideas you have gives a sense of where your mind is by the ideas that you tend to have. And I emphasized last night, it's important for us to consider, am I functioning in divine mind or am I functioning in carnal mind or ego mind? Because that's what's going to invoke the ideas that you have. I thought that was very significant because our thoughts stem from the ideas we have. And our ideas is what drive the actions, the decisions we make, the things we find ourselves wanting and desiring. So a part of our substance and the substance that we have is a part of our creation. So the substance we have is what's going to determine what type of life we find ourselves living, what type of things we find ourselves creating is a part of our substance. So we can say, man, I love this person because they're such a person of substance. But everyone are people of substance. The question is, what's the state of your substance? What's the state of your substance? because your substance is what determines your creation. So let's get back to the idea part. So think about it. When we have ideas, we come up, man, I got this idea. Man, I got this idea, especially when we're creating in life, when we're going after things or we are establishing our goals and those type of things. They come from these ideas we have. So on this new moon, I am suggesting that we assess the state of our ideas and ask the question, are these ideas a reflection of divine mindedness, or are these ideas a reflection of ego mind or carnal mind? How do we know this, Queen? What does that look like? Well, if your ideas are steeped in seeking, wanting, yearning, so you have this yearning, you have this wanting, which stems from a lack mindset, meaning I want something, I'm seeking something, I'm yearning for something because I don't have it. So that's lack, right? So if you're yearning, you're thinking about all the things you don't have and all the things you want, all the things you wish you had, all the things you wish you could be, then most likely you're going to function from ego mind. Lack is from ego because there is no lack in divinity. So you're functioning from ego mind. You're going to have ideas that match that. So now you find yourself maybe doing things like having thoughts of how you can get these things, how you can accomplish these things. And you start to be on this chase. You start to begin to be on a chase of doing, not necessarily focusing on your being, which is the divine way to manifest in this life. Focusing on being attractive, focus on being in a state where you can allow these things into your life. Now you're focusing on doing, which we find oftentimes that's the mode that many people go in when they have desires or goals. It's like they go into this mode of doing. Hustle, 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 effort, effort, effort. I need to do this, I need to do that. I'm not doing enough. Maybe I'm not doing enough. Is what I'm doing the right thing? All these type of things. So ask yourself, these ideas that I have, where are they stemming from? Are they stemming from a carnal mindset, ego mind? Ego is shows up as things like feeling lack, feeling insecure, feeling fear, sadness, feeling anger. You know, are you having these ideas because you are feeling bitter about something? You're trying to prove something? Are your ideas steeped in the desire for validation? All of that is ego, right? Divine, the thing about divine ideas, they oftentimes kind of feel like they come out of nowhere, or they feel very in alignment with other ideas that you've had like over time or over the years. And then you get these other ideas that come together and it's like, man, that's a perfect, I never even thought of that. Those are like the divine ideas. They kind of come from what we call nowhere, but we call it nowhere because it's not coming from our mind like that, right? It's coming out of divine mind. That's divine mind. Divine mind very much so has a still, small voice. It's very much like a hunch, like Florence Scovel calls it a hunch. It's like a nudging. It's like a pointer. You know, it's never this, they're never these ideas that's filled with angst because there's so much work attached to it. It's always like, that's a great idea. And you don't really feel stressed about it. You're kind of like, man, that's such a wonderful idea. That's a divine idea, okay? Now let's get to the thoughts. So these ideas that come up in the mind, they create thought. So you can have an idea, but you know, you ever said like, oh, I had some ideas, but I didn't put too much thought into it. You know, so ideas and thoughts are different. So you have these ideas, they start to spark thoughts. Now The thoughts, as described by the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary, it's like the action of the mind. It starts to put things in motion, right? It starts to give it activity. The thoughts becomes this vibration of the idea. So the idea now has some motion to it. It's starting to vibrate. It's starting to create. It's really starting to create. So you got the idea, then comes the thought that begins to put motion and activity to these ideas. And then guess what happens after that thought? Things. So I wanted to really, the message I wanted to give today is, first and foremost, assess your ideas. These notions that keep coming up in mind, these ideas that you keep having about life, about your journey, about what you need to be doing, about how you need to be approaching life. And ask yourself, are these ideas in alignment with divine mind? Are they coming from a divine place, or are they coming from an ego place? Are they coming from the ego place like I described? You know what I mean? Really, and sometimes you really have to sit with yourself and ask yourself kind of like some hard questions sometimes. You have to ask yourself, like, what's the origination of this idea? Like, how did this idea even come to mind? What have I been thinking about lately? What have I been doing lately? Who have I been talking to lately? You know, what have I been going through lately? And then once you have that, once you assess that, it oftentimes will give you some insight on why you're having the ideas that you're having. And then from there, from that assessment, now you can better be able to notice whether these ideas, thoughts, and things are truly in alignment with your divine path and not your ego path or your carnal path. Give thanks, sister. I'm glad that it is. These be thoughts that I be trying to articulate. It's very difficult sometimes for me to articulate the full thought, but I pray that in this moment that the point is taken, that it's received in the vein that I'm trying to give it. But these are things that are very helpful on your creation journey. A lot of times people are like, oh, I need to learn how to manifest. You are a manifester. You were born into this world to create. We are creators. We were born into this world to create. You also were born into this world with a divine plan and purpose. You're not just out here winging that thing. You're not. We just have not from young been taught how to tune in. We've been taught how to tune outward. Go after something, prove ourselves, show who we are, prove that we're smart, prove that we are worthy, prove that we're powerful. Seek outward, go get it, go accomplish, go. Just do it. You know what I'm saying? That's the mantra of, I know my childhood had that mantra, just do it. You know, you have mantras like things that's good don't come easy, and all type of things. You know, that's how we've been groomed. We've never really been groomed. I won't say we've never. Let me speak for myself and what I've observed in life. I've observed that the grooming is more outward than inward. And so these type of conversations I think are necessary, especially as we're all are called to go to elevate from third dimensional living to fifth dimensional living. And if you don't know how to do that, then it's going to be difficult for you. You are going to stay stuck in this third dimensional world, and you're going to feel like, man, like, because if you're stuck there in this time, in this hour, yeah, it's going to be rough for you, because if you're going off of what you see and what you think and what you've been through and what you want to be and all of that, if you're going from the past, you're worried about the past, you're afraid of the present, you're worried about the future, then it's going to be rough for you. You know, it's a time where we must be able to tune into the self, turn on the mind's eye, have conversations in the unseen world, tune into the unseen world. Make decisions more from vibrational place versus a thinking and logical place. And this sounds very foreign to many and can feel very scary to many, because it's like, what do you mean? All I know is to make it logical. All I know is to make it to do things that are reasonable. All I know is to plan it out. All I know is to have a 3-year, 5-year, 10-year, 15-year plan. But no, the time now is to be present in the moment and tune into the self and listen, because there's always guidance right there for you. You just got to tune in. Yeah. All right. So I pray the point was taken. Remember, the assignment from this is tune into your, pay attention to the ideas that become that come up in your head. Right. Ask yourself, is this coming from a divine place? Are these divine ideas that's coming up, or are these attached to the ego? Are these attached to the carnal mind? And then try to make the shift, do what you need to do to make the shift. And then from there, it starts to clean up those thoughts that become things. We try to govern the thoughts. Oh, don't think about that. Oh, don't think about that. But have you ever thought about assessing even where the ideas are coming from so that you can clean it up? And if you need some support, of course, I do one-on-one coaching to help you to understand what that looks like, how to tune into those ideas and assess where they're coming from and clean that up. If you need to know how to or need some help doing that, by all means, consider doing coaching with me, and I can support in that way. Um, and also, this is a new moon, so we have a meditation tonight. So I would love to see you on the moon call. It will be the best hour and $11.11 you ever spend in your life. These moon meditations now in this age are, I mean, if you've never done them before, I absolutely feel you should be tuning into what's going on astrologically and tuning into the moon energy to support you on your journey. Really, if you've never done it before, you should be doing that. And we got one tonight at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. So I would love to see you on that call. Aside from that, you can tune in to a live message and meditation every Sunday. That is live. It's free of charge. You can tune in at my website, oyunministries.com. Just click on the, I want to say calendar tab, and it'll drop down Sunday Fellowship. And you can tune in. This is where we have metaphysical talks. We vibe with each other, we just have a good time, and we get a good word to set the tone for the week, okay? Because it is important what you feed the soul, because your life is gonna be a reflection of what you're feeding the soul. So it'll be some good soul food that happens on Sundays, so definitely tune in. All right, gotta go. I'm already over my time. Peace and love, y'all. Peace and love.